Hey, Tom here from Park Avenue Forex. I want to welcome you guys to this little mini webinar. I had somebody ask about trend lines of a higher value on one of the videos where I mentioned that, I have my regular trend line, then I have a trend line of a higher value, basically going a little bit further back in time. It's usually on a higher time frame as well. But I'm going to introduce you, ladies and gents, to a pattern that I call a consolidation pattern that I think is pretty important for you to be able to recognize and to use, and you can use them actually to draw trend lines of higher value. And I'll explain that in another, like a video right after I go through the patterns themselves. But first, before we go through that, I'm going to go over I think the axiom for the day, and I think this is a great axiom. Okay, hope nothing from luck, and the probability is that you will be so prepared, forewarned, that all shallow observers will call you lucky. Robert Bulwer. Now, I think it's an important axiom for us as far as technicians are concerned, because if we're prepared properly, we'll be able to determine when to get out, and we'll be able to determine when to get in. You will have those haters saying, how did that guy know to sell there? And obviously what they'll say is he's just lucky. Or how did that guy know to buy at that bottom? Well, he's just lucky. I guess the modern day version of this would be, luck is when opportunity meets preparation, right? So let's be well prepared. That's why I present you with these patterns so that you can put them in your toolkit and get some boasting rights, sitting at the Starbucks talking about your latest trade. And they said, well, why'd you buy it down there? I said, well, it's by a consolidation pattern, it was by a king consolidation pattern. They'll be like, what are you talking about? And that's because you're in the know and they're not. So here they are, king and queen patterns coming from a low. And the most important thing we have to understand is that we're not so much worried about like closes on the next bars. We're actually, sorry, I take that back. We are only concerned with closes on the bars after the reference bar, not whether or not it's an up close or a down close. We're just concerned with closes. Now, what I mean by that is, like, we have a down close here, so that this is what we consider our reference bar. The next bar, we're just looking at the close. Is this close greater than this? Yes, it is slightly. So that is a good bar. That is a good bar against this reference bar, saying that we could potentially have a consolidation pattern occurring on this downward movement. The next bar, is this close greater than the reference bar? Yes, it is. So we do have a consolidation pattern that is occurring on this bar. So what we would do immediately is we would put a line, actually let me get it over here, a line underneath that bar. Okay? So what we're saying is, as long as the market doesn't come down and close through this bar, like close lower, this consolidation should be good. In other words, it's basically market's going to move up and take us to a next area where it creates a consolidation pattern on the top, which is actually right here, up, down, down. But we'll talk about that in a second. Let's just get through this one. Here's what I call a queen's consolidation pattern. Okay, it's not as clear as the last consolidation pattern, but it's no big deal. You just got to hunt for it. You have a down close, okay. You go to the next bar. Is this close greater than this close? Yes, it is. All right, well, that's one bar of the three that I need for a consolidation pattern. Is this bar greater than this reference bar close? Yes, it is. But this is where I'm saying you're not concerned with upward closes or not. You're just concerned with the close on this bar. So what we would do here is, okay, we have consolidation pattern, okay, and it's occurring, and it's basically right over here. Okay, I'm terrible at drawing these things. So here is a consolidation pattern downside. All right, from a low. So we're saying the market should consolidate and move higher from this point. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to shut this drawing off, and we want to go to king and queen consolidation patterns from a high point. So we just showed you the low point. Basically what we're looking for is the market to move higher and then create one of these points, one of these consolidation patterns on the upside. Okay, so we have an upward close, that's our reference bar. Yes. Is this close less than this close? Yes, so that's bar 1. Is this close less than the reference bar close? Yes, that's bar 2. Guess what? We have a consolidation zone on the top side. So we would draw a line right across there, across our top, okay? And you can keep it going, you know, all the way out, all right, sometime into the future. This one is a little bit like, just like the other one. This is a queen consolidation pattern. So it's a little bit more hidden. You got to look for it. You say, okay, I got an up close here. Here's my reference bar. The next bar, is this close less than this one? Yeah, slightly, you know, slightly less. Okay. Is this close less than this one? Yes, slightly. Okay, I have a consolidation pattern on the top. Okay, so I would do the same exact thing. I'd say, all right, this is the level that the top should hold. Okay, so what we mean by that is as the market's moving down, it's probably going back towards that last consolidation pattern that we had, and we want to see what happens down there. But we're going to be able to use these patterns on, say, a 4-hour chart. We can find them. We can find the ultimate demand and supply point inside of them, and we can draw our support and resistance lines from them. So that's all I have for you guys on this little mini pattern. Like I said, it's not an earth-shaking pattern, but it's something that you definitely should want to know about and experiment with. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video actually using these patterns to set up our support lines and resistance lines. Remember, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.